everybody? It's your girl, Indescribable, aka Jerrilyn and Lynee. I'm here with my bestie,
Lynee Monet, and you are tuning into She Said It First, an Urban One podcast from the Urban One Podcast Network. Here.
Come on, friend. I missed you this week.
I know. I miss you too, friend. How was
your week? How was your week? What you do?
Girl, it was good.
It was the holiday. What you do for the holiday?
Should we jump right into what irritated me?
Okay. Well, I figured we were gonna be there. So, girl, just tell me what irritated you this week.
Should we just jump right into it? Girl, I had a ball. I had a blast. I went to cookouts. I ate good. I drank good. A little too good, friend. Okay. The way I was in here fighting for my life for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay. The way it was given every bit of geriatric care. I know what that lady meant. I can't bounce back no more, Jerrilyn. I don't got it. I can't bounce. I don't got to bounce back. When that lady was on that commercial and she said, "I need help with that life alert," I've fallen and can't get up. Why nobody here to help me, Jerrilyn? I was in here dying, fighting for my life.
Yeah, look at you. Wanted to be an independent woman. Look at you. Now look at you.
Girl, I was stuck. Girl,
they love telling us that. They be like, now you did the man. I'm like,
girl, you hit them 30s and things change. I remember I used to drink with the best of them. And now, not no more. I can't, friend. I can't bounce back. I don't got it. I don't got the 3 to 5 business days in me no more. I don't got it.
Listen, it's tough for everybody. I too dibbled and dabbled in the spirits on the yesterday evening. And I'm gonna just come right out and say it. I had no business. The lady at the bar, first of all, was on a mission. I don't know if she had talked to the person I was with or whatever, and they had conspired. Because that's what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
If I order a shot, I need to see about this much alcohol.
Yeah,
in the cup.
Girl, they started filling it up to the brum tray.
I said, girl, if I wanted a full alcohol, I would have went to the liquor store and bought a bottle. If that's what I wanted. I would have bought a bottle if that's what I wanted. Baby, had me in there just as toasty, looking around like y'all not hot.
Ooh. But you be working out, Jerrilyn. Your bounce back game probably good.
Well, apparently, I had to get up and go to the gym this morning. I was scheduled for 10 o'clock. I didn't get out the bed till 10:15.
That wasn't nice. You did good. I would have been there at 1 p.m. Girl, I would have been there at 1 p.m.
We did 4 workouts. We done. We done for the day. Okay, we done already did everything we gonna do. No, that's funny. I guess that's irritated to me too, not being able to snap back like I used to. Because baby, we old. And at this point, I don't like the fact that my body be making noises before I realize I'm awake. Like snapping, crackling, and popping, knees, back, head, shoulders, toes. Like, it's ridiculous at this point.
And I never knew. Girl, I grunt. Child.
Why am I taking extra time and steps and energy to get out the car? At this point, don't come around me with no 4-door sedan. I don't want to ride in nothing little no more. I need something. I need to step up, elongate my spine a little bit because I'm trying to sit down in this.
Exactly. Before I get too comfortable in this seat.
Baby.
No.
Baby, be talking about some Now, you old when you got to rock back and forth to get it up.
Right. You got to give it a head start.
Yeah, girl. I got to get a little push. Oh, child. But, we are here. We survived. We had the fun that we said we was going to have.
We did.
And so I'm happy about that. So I'm glad that you enjoyed your weekend.
You too.
Shout out to everybody who labors. Moms in labor, working people. Labor
and those who don't labor. What was you doing yesterday? Were you working? Did you fill out some applications? Okay.
The same thing they do on non-Labor Day. The same thing. They did the same thing.
Girl.
They were yet unemployed.
Celebrating Labor Day.
So
ain't done nothing.
I had somebody. I have a core group of friends and we don't have traditional jobs. So somebody came into our circle and was like, "Oh, y'all like on a sitcom. Like nobody has a real job. Y'all just meet up for lunch in the middle of the day." I was like, first of all, wait a minute.
Hold on. Because I think you just try me. I'm about to say, you just try me with that real job,
baby. First of all, we work now. We work.
Girl.
But yeah, so it do be like that sometimes. But I'm glad we got that out of our system. I'm glad we were able to have a good weekend.
Yes, I needed it.
We got some. I know. I be wanting to have like little mini vacations, and there, thanks to corporate America and greedy America, we have a holiday in every month. So anytime you decide you just want to take a little extra day, you can do that. So commercialism at its finest. So girl, we got some sad news this past weekend. Legendary DJ Fatman Scoop has passed away. There was actually a video. He collapsed on stage this past weekend while performing in Connecticut. He was 53 years old. And of course, paramedics were there to try to give him CPR, but they just weren't able to save him. So the cause of death has not been revealed yet. But I think it's very strange for this to just up and happen, and that's why we really have to take better care of ourselves. Don't know anything about this man's condition, but a question is, because a lot of people be scared to go to the doctor. Black people.
So true. Yeah.
We're not going to the doctor, baby. If it ain't falling off, on fire, or burning,
so true.
We don't even care. We'll walk around with the same ailments, as long as we can. So,
especially, of course, I hate to say it, especially our men. You know what I mean? They could do so much better with checking up on themselves and going to the doctor. And when they know they're not feeling good, stop trying to man it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could just man it. It'll be over soon. Really just trying to figure out what's wrong. So yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think too, there's a fear surrounding, going to the doctor and just the fear of unknown. People don't want to be told that they might need something that will cost them more money or something that could be terminal. People would rather not know.
Serious.
Me personally, I'm going to the doctor if I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like there are some things you kind of know you can take a little over-the-counter medicine and, you can change your diet and do a little exercise. You can fix some things. Agreed. But if it's something that you don't understand, that you don't really know, you don't really know what's going on with your body, then you need a professional to tell you. Now, I can say as a Black woman in this country, I'd be terrified to go to the doctor because they don't listen. A lot of times they don't take our concerns seriously. So
that is something one thing that I noticed. No, I definitely noticed that when you sometimes when you go to the doctors and you kind of voice how you're feeling, what your symptoms are, you kind of leave there a little more confused than you were. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like the conversation, you really just kind of feel like, okay, well, I kind of just could have went to Google for this. I need you to really support me with what's going on. I did hear something, and I do believe that it's true, that some doctors feel like Black women can take more pain, like we can endure a lot more pain than most, especially when we're talking about like childbirth and women saying they're in pain or labor and people not wanting to give them the epidural. So I heard that they believe that Black people can take more. Don't know how true it is, but I do believe it. I
can't. I'm weak. I tell everybody I'm helpless and I don't know how to do nothing. So you need to treat me. You need to handle me with kid gloves. Pretend like I'm the most fragile thing in the world. I don't know nothing, can't do nothing, and I need everybody's help.
Absolutely.
So, because that whole Black women are strong thing, I'm annoyed. I'm tired of it. Don't treat me like that. Don't because that leads to not checking in on our mental health. It leads to, oh, she got it, so we just gonna pile it on top of her. No, I don't have it. I don't have it.
Yeah, I do not have the capacity. And I definitely feel that. I agree that it's such a catch-22 because it's like, you should go to the doctor. You should be heard. But then it's like, why go if I'm not going to be heard? And nobody's going to do anything. And they just going to send me home in the same pain that I came there with. So, I don't know, but I always feel like it's better to know than not know. Like, I don't care what it is. I feel like I still want to know what's going on with my body. I'm not a doctor, so I can't diagnose myself. No matter how much I research, how much I look up, I still feel like I need that doctor to tell me exactly what's going on. And then I can do my research from there on what works best for me, how I should go about it. But I just can't imagine living in the unknown. I don't like it.
Absolutely. And too, to help me with a lot of my fears surrounding stuff like that, I just find Black doctors. Like my therapist is Black, my OB is Black. Same. Women specifically, because I need to be able to tell you a story and you understand and you know why you're prescribing this or why you're recommending, suggesting, whatever, X, Y, and Z. Because even though people, everybody goes to school and they learn the same things. However, sometimes, like you said, they see us a little bit differently and it's to our detriment. So I just make sure I go to Black women. I don't care what it is. It could be a hangnail. Bring me, bring me an African American woman.
Yeah,
that's my thing. Bring me an African American woman.
I am. I had an Asian one at one time. No, she was cool too. I can't even know. She was all right. Dr. Lee, how you doing, girl? How you doing,
Come
Dr. Lee?
Yes. So this is okay. So men need to. I'm trying to segue. So men, we need y'all to go to the doctor. We need y'all to take accountability for your health and be persistent in it. Stay on top of it. Go get the checkups. We know y'all don't want to go and be poked and prodded, but we do it. We do it all the time for babies, for general wellness exams. Like we all have to do it. Mm-hmm. So just make it a part of your lifestyle.
Absolutely. And prostate cancer is a real thing. I just have to throw that out there. It's a real thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure you guys are accountable for your health.
Make sure you're accountable.
That's such an interesting word. Accountability.
It is.
Such a random topic we're about to cover. Do women take accountability? Do we ever say we're sorry? This is going to be very interesting, Lynee, because a post on social media has been making its rounds, okay? A licensed therapist who is a Black woman is talking about women not being able to be accountable. Now, we're going to let you hear what she has to say, but she basically saying they have an issue with saying they're sorry. And oftentimes when they get checked on it in session, they end up canceling. So let's see what old girl talk about.
Okay.
So I was talking to a male friend of mine the other day, and he told me that women don't apologize and women can't be held accountable. And I began to really think deeply about this idea. And one of the things that came across my mind is, in the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh, and they stopped coming. And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, she won't apologize. She thinks you're wrong. She thinks you're taking my side. And I began to really reflect, like, oh my gosh, is it true that women don't apologize? Is it that women struggle with being held accountable? I'd love your thoughts on this. Me personally, I think it has to do with a person's level of emotional maturity. What do you think?
What do you think?
Girl, I said what I said. I don't care. If we listen, it depends. It depends, okay? If I ain't wrong, then I ain't wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm the type of person, you better show me. I need bullet points and PowerPoint presentations. You got to show me where I was wrong at. Because if I wasn't wrong, then I wasn't wrong, and I ain't saying I'm sorry. And then I know me, baby. Some stuff I just ain't sorry for. So we can take it however you want to take it.
That part is me. Like, that part is me. Like, wanting me to say something sorry about something that I'm not sorry about is where it get a little tooth and nail. Like, that's when we have a little tug of war. I do know how to apologize, though. When I'm wrong, I do know how to apologize, but it does depend on the person. I don't like know-it-alls. I don't like people who feel like you always should apologize to them. I don't like people who can't take accountability as well. So while I'm sitting here apologizing, you sitting over there looking like, as you should, when you dead wrong. Like, absolutely not. If you got any type of those egotistical spirits up on you, I'm never going to apologize. And yes, it is petty. It's coming from a very petty. At that point, it's not even about what we're talking about.
And don't care.
It's the fact that you think that I should apologize. Yeah,
petty at this point. Petty white. Don't care. Call me all the petties. I don't care. And I agree with this so much. Like, it really depends on what happened and who the person is.
Yes.
Because if I'm in a situation where you've been gaslighting me for months, I ain't sorry. You need to be sorry. If it's a situation where it's miscommunication and I did the wrong thing, I'm not going to be always wrong. Now, if there's miscommunication and I mess something up, then I'm happy to, say, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm the type of person, like, when I'm clearly wrong, I'm just like, oh, my bad. That's not
1,000%. When I know that I'm hurting somebody else, if I know I did something and it hurt you, and I know that, like, I need to take myself out of this, and, like, I see that I'm physically hurting my partner by not apologizing or not taking accountability, or, like, I'm really damaging the relationship, I will apologize. But on that high horse, I don't know, something about being on that high horse, it just, like, triggers me to want to knock you off of it. Like, I don't know why. Like, it really triggers me to want to knock you off your high horse.
Well, it's the attitude, too. Like, people don't understand. Like, you can't say that you want me to be accountable for something, and then you done came at me all sideways. Because I'm like, who was you talking to? Because, okay, so here's the thing that I'm learning, especially about romantic partnerships. Mm-hmm. Men can't take nothing they dish out. That's number one, okay?
Yeah.
Because they love to say, I want to be able to just tell you whatever and not have to worry about hurting your feelings. You need to be able to get the message. Yeah, you need to be able to understand the message. Even if I say it a little harshly, just hear the message. Okay, well, if I say the sex wasn't good last night and that's just all I say, you don't think I need a buffer for that?
Right.
You don't think we need to use some softer language? Because here's the thing, like, truth without empathy and consideration is just straight up cruelty. And people who do stuff like that, I feel like you're trying to justify being an a-hole, and it's not gonna fly over here. Because one thing I do, like, people say, oh, don't match nobody energy. Stop it. Yeah. Stop it. I'm gonna match them.
I'm telling
better than my socks and my panty and my bra.
I have made posts about this.
I'm matching it.
I'm going to do whatever you do to me, I'm going to do back to you. Now, it may not be in the same way, but I'm going to get my lick back. And people are like, you need to be the bigger person. You need to just walk away. You need to da-da-da-da-da. And I never understood, why do I have to be the one who walks away when you did me wrong? Right. This is the consequences of you doing me wrong. Why you ain't walk away? Before you did me dirty, why didn't you walk away? Why is it up to me to be the person that's like, oh, well, I'm just going to be the bigger person. Hell, if I get an opportunity to get you back, you should always sleep with one eye open. Oh, you should be walking around the house like this. Okay, this should be your everyday look. Because ain't no way you can trust me after that. You can't trust me after that.
I asked a question on Threads. I've been on Threads, right? And it's, first of all, it's Twitter 2.0.
I haven't been over there yet. Okay.
Girl, I've been over there, and the girlies is conversing, okay? I asked a simple question. I said, ladies who stay after the man have a baby on you, what you be thinking?
What do you be thinking?
This not a safe space. I said, this not a safe space. I want to know what you was thinking.
I know they ain't comment.
Girl, they was in the comments saying what they was thinking. And I was like, I promise you, you have a baby on me if you want to. If I stay, I'm having a baby with your daddy. You got a sibling now.
I'm telling you, you
got a sibling now. Congratulations, you're a big brother. Because there's no way you thought you was gonna do. And my thing, people always love to say, "Oh, cheating is a mistake." It's not, because especially when you have to sleep with women, unless you are going to a sex worker to have your needs serviced.
Come on,
there's a little cat and mouse, a little chase going on. So you texting, you calling, you coming by.
Some people ain't just giving it up though, Jerrilyn. I ain't gonna sit up here and make it seem like some people ain't just give. Some people see you with somebody and say, I want them. Because
so why you not strong enough to reject it though? Because there's still no excuse.
That'd be the part for me. It's like, why you know that information, this person come onto you and you act oblivious. That's the part that I want. It's like,
they don't think they be acting. They love that. I have no idea when women are flirting. Sir, I can see her areola. I can see her nipples, sweetie. She's not here for Bible study. What are we talking about?
Had them leggings pulled all the way up in that crotch like that. You tried it.
They love acting like they don't know. I said, okay, well, I ain't gonna know neither. So now we both boo-boo the fool. And see, that's why I don't play games with people in relationships. I'm gonna let you win. And you don't want it. Okay? You don't want that.
Let you win.
You do not want to win now.
When I say,
come to a game.
That's cool. All right. Yeah. Don't none of that. Don't listen to none of that.
Don't trust me.
If I said, okay, you got it. Oh, please, you don't got it. Don't ever think you got it when I say you got it. You don't got it. Oh, no,
listen,
no.
When I'm wrong. I'll take the L. But you're not finna play in my face. And I think a lot of times, like, I had a situation like that where people this dude was just playing back to back to back. I said, okay, I got something for you. I said, you think it's sweet today? I played the long game. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. And the moment he needed me the most, I was gone. I said, because you tried it. You tried it. You sat there and you let me do and say time and time again, you never had my back. So now here we go. And people will say, well, why don't you just leave? No, he could have just left. He could have just left. So I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, like as far as being held accountable for things, I don't mind apologizing when I'm wrong.
Yes, correct.
I think the general conclusion that I'm getting to is that some things I'm simply not going to be sorry for. Yep. And if you are in any kind of relationship with me, you're going to have to know that that's just how I move. I'm not trying to be mean or cruel, but it is going to be what it is. So am I sorry your feelings was hurt? Sure. I'm not sorry that I said what I said. Like I can say, you can be cautious with your language. You don't have to be rude.
And we can agree to disagree. We can literally agree to disagree. Yeah. I could just not be feeling where you coming from, and you could be not feeling where I'm coming from, and we could just leave it right there. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. What you're not going to do is force me. You're never going to force me to apologize if I genuinely just don't have it. Like I don't. Yeah.
It really depends on what I did. I think it just depends. Like we said, it depends on who it is, what happened, and all of those things. I mean, so.
But I want to go back to something real quick. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Real quick.
No, go ahead.
Because I was just thinking about something that you had said, and you said something along the lines of like people using you as a punching bag, and that made me think about like a past situation I was in. This wasn't I wasn't in a relationship with them, but we were like exclusive.
Okay, it's different relationship from. Wait a minute. Is it exclusive or not?
Entanglement. I was in
you was entangled. Okay.
And we were being honest, but I felt like he was taking advantage of the level of honesty and not like taking my feelings into account, if that makes sense. Now, granted, I knew what I was in. I knew the situation. I understood it, whatever the case may be. However, we were still exclusively talking in a way. I don't even know how to explain it.
Okay, because friend, I don't know. You're giving me a lot of disclaimers here, and it sounds like y'all wouldn't. It sounds like this man was premeditated.
Because so maybe
did y'all have a conversation where y'all said we're only going to be intimate with each other?
Yes, we did. Okay. We did. But I felt like he used that to his advantage to like slip up a lot and be like, we talked about being exclusive, but we still not in a relationship. It was like, you get what I'm saying? Manipulation.
I don't like that.
A level of manipulation where it was like, I want you to be exclusive. I think that's what I'm trying to say. We had the conversation about being exclusive, but it only was one party who was being exclusive, which was me. You know what I'm saying? And he was kind of like messing up. And when he would get caught, because I'm no dummy, you know what I mean? I say stuff just flat out. Like, I don't really have a whole lot of filler. So if I notice something or I'm paying attention to something, I just bring it straight to you. I don't know how to call
as you should.
I don't know. You know what I mean? And so he'd be like, okay, yeah, I did deal with that person or whatever the case may be. But, we still haven't figured out if we're going to be in a relationship. Like, that whole thing. And I'm like, wait, are you using me as like a punching bag to kind of just still do stupid stuff? Because when you're dealing with somebody exclusively and y'all not together, I'm thinking that you're going in that direction of eventually being in a relationship. So
and men know that they're not stupid. The word, you know what the word exclusive means? Hey, Google. Hey, Google.
Go.
Because what we're not gonna do is mince our words. Exclusive, the definition means excluding or not admitting other things, restricted or limited to the person, group, or area concerned, an item or story published or broadcast by only one. Okay, that's not the one. Focus on the first two. The first two, restricted or limited. Okay, limited to the person, group, or area concerned. Exclusive literally means this part right here. These two. It's together.
Yeah.
That's what it means. It means you can't deal with nobody else. That's what it means. And so men like to pretend like they don't know. Y'all know. Don't do that.
And then it was that. And then so that was that whole situation. But then he was like, gaslight me with the whole like, well, at least I'm telling you I'm being forthcoming while we being exclusive. That's the only thing I can explain. It says, while we being exclusive, at least I'm going to tell you the truth. caught you. So you really didn't tell the truth because I found out and addressed. So let's talk about accountability. Since this is what we're really talking about, right? We're talking about accountability. Did he take accountability for doing me dirty and then turn around, gaslight me and make it seem like he was forthcoming with information that I found out and brought to his like?
Okay, now friend. Okay, Jahi, you about to love this one. How many times did this happen?
This only happened after that time. One time after that, and I was gone. That was it.
Okay, because that was gonna be my next question. What about your accountability? How long was you gonna allow it to go on? Because people love to tell us, they're like, well, you got to be accountable for the type of men that you deal with. And I'm like, honey,
facts.
Also though, you got to start at some point. You have to be a better man. Okay, like you can't.
Yeah, but we do have to take accountability for knowing information like that. I was like, okay, you got me with that one. Boom, cool. But you know, my antennas. The way my antennas was up, paying attention now, because now you on my radar. It happened again. Yeah, never talk to again. And of course, you know they come back around and oh my God, I messed up and I want to be with you. And it's like, now I don't even look at you. Because once I have a disgusting taste in my mouth for you and you do me dirty, I can never go back to looking at you the same and dealing with you the same. I can't.
Well, having access to me and willingly forfeiting it, I'll never come back. What do you mean?
Never. I will never.
What do you mean? I'm not coming back, Steve.
Oh, they be
you can go ahead and hold the funeral this Saturday at 11 o'clock. Bury me there. I'm dead to you, sir.
Oh my God.
There's no coming back. I don't do no spin the blocks. I did that one time and it was the worst thing ever. And up until this point, this was probably like 5 years ago. I spun the block one time on somebody because there was a 10-year gap between our last interaction and the previous one. And I said, okay, 10 years has, people change a lot. We were kids then. We're grown adults now. When I tell you that man was exactly the same, I said, and see, this is why I don't spin the block.
No,
so I don't.
10 years later, still the same.
Worse.
Scary. Oh, worse. Oh, no, man.
Worse 10 years later. So I don't spin the block on people. And that's me taking accountability. Like once you do me dirty, that's it. And I think sometimes too, people be like, it's frustrating because men will say things like, well, you just so dramatic. You don't give nobody no leeway. You don't got no patience. And hey, take it up with your mammy. Take it up with your mammy because I'm not.
Standards? You want me to lower my standards so you can fit them? That's kind of scary.
So you can still not meet them. Yeah. Because what are we really talking about? Half the time they be begging us to lower our standards and I'm so sick of, listen. Black men, I love y'all. I really do. But please stop trying to humble me on social media. I am exactly who I think I am. It's not going to work.
Jerrilyn, I keep hearing you talk. What are they saying to my friend on
social media? They are mean. Like this one dude.
What are they saying to you?
I posted, baby, it's always black men. Now, when people get this misunderstood, though.
Oh, I have to say that, too. Whenever I get bad feedback or like
it's always black men.
It's always men.
It's always men.
I don't know if it's black men now, but it's always men that criticize me the most. I have to say that.
Well, for me, it'd be what I call it as unprovoked, right? So if I ask a question or if I post content that causes conversation in the comments, then people disagree. That's fine. But dudes coming out the woodworks to tell me I'm gonna die alone and with 7 cats and all, I'm like, why y'all man?
Yeah,
you're never gonna even be able to smell my perfume, let alone
come on. Be in the same
300
feet from me.
Bro, this one dude the other day, he was like, just random, just out the blue. You need to worry about getting that tattoo off your chest. I have 7 tattoos, by the way. He said, you need to worry about getting that tattoo off your chest because I don't care how beautiful a woman is. She looked like trash to me and I would never date one.
Did you ever?
I ran. I broke my ankles trying to get to that profile picture.
Were you ever on the roster? Like, let's check the roster. What's your name?
I said, Clyde, if you don't get your bacon fat grease neck with this angry forehead, I enjoy head shape and skinny neck, big back. I said, bruh, you have lost your mind if you thought you was ever in the mood to date me. And then what do they call it? Preemptive rejection. Like, I'm going to reject you before you can reject me. We didn't need it. We didn't need it. Keep it stuff because I was never going to deal with you. But it's always, black men always do that. And it be frustrating to me because I be like, I love y'all so much and y'all really don't love me. And it's okay. I mean, it's okay. But when I pop out with Chad, don't say nothing.
Woo! Now that's gonna be a whole nother situation. Friend.
I'm sorry. We've all been talking about taking accountability.
Oh yeah, and we ended up over here. We ended up all the way away from the accountability.
But you know, to bring it full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be accountable. It just depends on what it is.
And who it is. Check yourself. Yeah. Shoot, it really depends on who it is.
But we talked a little bit about spinning the block. And so, you know, like, I guess a fair question, because I would want to know when, you know, is spinning the block too late? Like, how long do you have to spin the block before somebody decides they don't want to deal with you? Because our good friend and resident crackhead expert, Judge Mathis, has been in the news recently. Lynee, why are you laughing?
Crackhead expert is sending me.
I mean, he know a crackhead when he see one.
I know a crackhead when I see one.
If he ain't seen nothing else, he done seen a crackhead, man. So, you know, it's crack activity, crack behavior. But you know, he's always been a friend to the community, and you know, he's given us some very entertaining court TV over the years. But his wife of 39 years has filed for divorce, and TMZ actually caught up with Judge Mathis. Basically, he's not doing okay. He wants his wife back. So we're going to take a listen to what Judge Mathis had to say, and then we're going to get into it, friend.
Okay.
How are you today, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask...
I'm not good, rather. It's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I wanted to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man, maybe I'll be an example for other men, cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. See how many at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your wife.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back in July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city. But I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
Would you say you two are in a good place right now, or able to maintain a friendship? Or
oh yeah, we're still in the same house and we're maintaining a friendship. And I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that though. Hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process. But I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How about that? Absolutely. I just wanted to eliminate all the rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child. It's none of that. I've just told you what it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well, neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You go to work, you go serve in the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country. You go to other events except without your wife hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
That was tough to watch.
That was hard.
Talk about accountability.
Yeah, like all the way through and through. Like he realizes that he was the one who messed that up, and I can tell that that's a good woman. He don't ever want y'all.
He don't want to leave her.
Say that. He don't want her.
He don't want to leave her, baby.
Judge Mathis love his wife. That's what I got from that. He just messed up,
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm a hopeless romantic, because girl, why I feel like I would take him back after seeing him.
I would too. But here's the thing though. Like with stuff like this, man, like that hurts though, because they've been together for 39 years. And if she's felt neglected that long, this might be her last straw. And so I pray and I hope that he's able to get it back on track. But if he don't, he ain't got nobody to blame but himself. And he just said it right there. Because 39 years, I could not do it.
I'm telling you, and my thing is this, like, have you not saved up enough to retire? Like, can we retire and just spend some time with our wives? Like, can we not keep going to the airport to go to work? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Retire and start hanging with her and doing stuff with her. Like, when do we do that? Because he's not a young whippersnapper. Okay?
Oh, hello.
He got gout in his pinky toe.
Pinky toe. Did you hear what I said? In my pinky toe. Come on, Alton Walker.
It's so funny. But yeah, you're not young. You know what I mean? Like, retire and spend time with your wife. I know you saved somebody. I pray to God that you have been saving. You got to be. And get that up. You know, you've chosen that. It's time for you to choose her now. So, like, I wish them the best. It's just sad to see him like that. And he's right. I hope that he is an example for other men. You know what I mean? To see, like, when you don't put your wife first, and she's stuck in there. I mean, 39 years, she's stuck in there.
It's your wife. It's your wife. And they have children.
Yes.
Like, this is your wife, not some girl you smashing, not a chick you met at Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, this is your wife. She has sacrificed everything, above and beyond anything you could ever ask her for the sake of your career, for your celebrity status and the money and all these things, these opportunities. And it's all fine and dandy, but there has to be balance, because men, I was talking about this the other day on Instagram. I posted a video and I basically said, like, some people only have money, and that's what makes them not valuable. And so men were in the comments like, well, we hustling, making money. We're not going to have time to do an X, Y, and Z. Okay, you'll be Judge Mathis in 39 years. Yeah. So I'm not finna keep explaining to you what balance means. It literally means holding two things up at the same time. That's what it means. Yes. Two things can be true. Your job can be important, but this is your wife. And you made a vow to her, a commitment to her in front of people and God, I'm sure, to protect her, provide for her, to love her, to support her. And it's not just about money. Like, we don't know nothing about this man's wife. We know everything about him. That's so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for this to be how he going out is very sad, because obviously she's been around through some of the best and worst times of his life.
And she's stuck in there. She really tried. It's going to be somebody saying that, well, she just going to give up after 39 years. Well, how long? How long should you wait for somebody to get together? Oh, girl, I hate to tell y'all this, but I divorced my ex-husband after a year, baby. After a year. Listen, crazy. I don't care. Let me tell you, whoever watching this, I don't care when you leave. If it ain't what you want, leave. Do what you gotta do. Leave. Because I saw immediately, I was married for like literally a year and a half, and it started looking crazy. I said, I don't want this. Gone. I don't want this. I don't want this. And you know, everybody has their opinions, but at the end of the day, it really don't matter. But he could have said no comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he sat there and he poured his heart out. He said, man, I want my wife back. Period. Like, he could have been like, no comment. He could have had pride in that moment and not wanted to be vulnerable. But he said no. And that's why I think we loved him so much, because he's always been real. Yes. Like, Judge Mathis is real. Authenticity. Yeah, no, that let me know his authenticity. And like, you know, the one thing I am going to have to say is I didn't like the hop, skip, and jump around the infidelity. That could have been an easy no. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. If he's traveling, you know, it's hard to say. We would never go see what he mean though. Cheated. I see what he mean though. Like, I had this conversation with someone before. If you leave space in your relationship for other people, it does not excuse the other person cheating. But I understand. If I feel empty and not supported and not loved or respected in my relationship, and the dude that delivers the mail calls me pretty every time he see me. Man. You never know where that could go. That's so true. I'm thirsty for drops of water in this desert that you created. So you can't be, again, accountability. Like, he said what he said, man. Judge Mathis, listen, if you come across this video, I hope you get your wife back too. I'm glad you learned your lesson. I'm rooting for him. It should not have taken you 40 years. Cancel that flight. Because where are you going? Go home. Yeah, cancel that flight and go home. Like, just go home. I just pray that you realize, I understand you see what's wrong, but I don't see the changes being made. And I think that's where you got to realize that a serious shift has to be made. Like, it got to be drastic right now. Right now. Like, right now. Like, you need to cancel the flight and go home and book a flight to go somewhere with her. Or tell her pack her bags to come with you. Like, something has to change. I see all the effort there. I just think you got to start putting it in action. But I'm really rooting for you. I'm rooting for you and your wife to make it through. Because who the hell want to be that old and single trying to figure out who they going to be with? Girl, I don't want to be this old and single. So I can only imagine
I'm not being on a dating app at no 50, 60 years old. I'm not finna do it. What? Girl. At this point, I'm going to marry myself.
Girl.
Because I'll be doggone. But
I'm telling you. Running into somebody at that age, they gonna run their bank account dry. You should stay with your wife.
Okay.
That part. Come on, because the next person you run into, don't run into me.
I'm not here for love, sweetie. I'm not here for love. Let's get it out the way right now.
I know you got the boys.
Not here for love. I want all the sonic rings out of them. Get me here.
Straight out.
Get me here. Get me here. Yes, it did. So, okay. This is funny. This is a good topic. So sometimes people, do crazy things, for relationships when maybe they in love or maybe they're trying to get somebody. We done all been there,
Yeah.
What's the dumbest thing you did for a man who didn't deserve it, friend? Because before we get into the segment, I need to know. Friend, and I'll show you a look. In a show of good faith, I'll go first.
Okay. All right. You go first. Yes, you go
I'll
first.
go first.
Oh, they don't think I'm done.
Oh, baby, they gonna think I'm done too, and it's fine. I learned the lesson, though. I'm a slow learner, but I learned, okay? So, I flew us, okay? I paid for the flight, first class, to go to Miami to see the Miami Heat play. Paid for the hotel. It was 2 days. I asked him, I said, can you give me 48 hours? Just 2 days out the whole year. I don't ask for much, just 2 days. That man was on the phone damn near the whole time. And one time I overheard him tell his baby mama that he was on a work trip. Girl, I almost threw up.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No. No.
Why he did that?
Yeah.
Oh,
friend. Oh, you didn't deserve that at all. You didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve that.
But there were red flags. I had no business going on this trip with him anyway. The relationship was not solid. So that's me being accountable. But that's one of the dumbest things I've ever done for a man. I ain't never co-signed for no car.
No.
Okay, I had to see. I was trying to feel you out.
No. I'm trying to see. Let me see where her head at. Let me check the temperature. No, girl. I don't want to tell this story. And just to say, we are still friends to this day, and this person is doing extremely well, making a lot of money. But Lord knows, when we was together, he already had one child, right? Mm-hmm. And while we was in a relationship, he ended up having twins. Stayed with him, right? He ended up losing his car. He had a Camaro, lost it, and he ended up being homeless. So I convinced my mother to move him in with us at her house. Girl, moved him in.
Hey, don't tell the story. You don't have to tell no more if you don't want to.
I don't want to. I gotta finish it.
Hey, friend, are you okay?
Girl, moved him in my mama's house. Moved him in my mama's house.
Baby, is your mama okay? Because the way my folks would have said, hell no.
Oh, she's such a good woman, though. She's a really good
that's a good man, Savannah.
That's a good woman, Savannah, my mama. Girl, moved him in, child. My mother gave him her Lexus. My mother gave him her Lexus, yes. And he totaled it in a week. Girl, the agony, the pain, the horror, the way I stayed.
Lynee.
The way I stayed in pain.
I'm going to hold your hand.
I'm
going to hold your hand as I say this. I love you, friend. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this.
Unhand me.
Girl, what was you thinking?
I wasn't, friend. That was the problem.
Wait, so he had the twins too?
He had a child. He had twins while he was in a relationship.
He had twins on
child support. They all put him on child support. He lost his Camaro because he couldn't pay the car note. He lost where he lived at. And I stayed with him and convinced my mom to move him.
So what was the move out process like?
Girl, the biggest fight of your life. Now, I can't go into that one, friend. That was a huge fight where it was bad at my mother's house. It was horrible. It was a horrible fight. And he we no longer could be together after that because that was really bad. And I would never incriminate myself anyway. But whatever happened, happened. And it deserved to happen. We just gonna leave it right there. No.
That's baby friend, that's worse than the story that we got to comment on today. That's a lot, friend. You forgot we had to talk about the clip. Girl. Okay, friend. Well, now y'all know. I don't feel as bad now. I don't feel as bad.
Don't feel bad.
But I was still stupid. So the dumbest thing you ever did for a man who didn't deserve it. Let's talk about it. Two of my really good friends, Kev on Stage and Tony Baker, they have the Ball Brothers show in LA, and they bring, audience members up on stage to kind of share, and they do like this crowd work. And so, it's not gonna do it justice if I tell the story. So why don't you guys just take a listen to the dumbest thing this girl ever did for a man who did not deserve it.
Find your exes.
You're a good woman. You're a good
Student loan.
It's a good woman
I
right
did.
How much were the loans that you signed for?
This is the real
Good question. 60,000.
Oh, Takia! 60,000 US dollars. That's a Toyota Camry.
Yes.
Was this hard? Was this Harvard? Yale? What school was this, goddamn?
LA Film School.
Yes.
You did that for a dreamer?
Film school?
A dreamer?
Did he graduate?
Oh.
Takia!
Oh.
Takia, no! Takia! Takia! He didn't finish. Takia! Did he make a movie?
Did he make a documentary?
Right. So here's the thing.
A short film?
Before he even finished, we were broken up.
Oh. Did he pay the loans back?
So here's the thing.
Oh.
Takia, you done said that line every time you say it. It's bad stuff.
Here's the thing.
Bad stuff.
Here's the worst.
He never paid that loan.
So that's a lot, friend.
That's a lot.
I
wasn't in debt like that. I wasn't in debt
60,000? 60,000
that's
for
crazy.
film school? Nigga, if you don't go to YouTube University.
Come on.
If you don't use this
certificate, you better get a certificate, print it out, and stop playing with me.
Man,
okay?
ain't no way. But the craziest thing is,
that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing.
This man work at Trader Joe's, girl. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But now the good news is that Joe Biden ended up forgiving the student loan as part of the student loan forgiveness program. So she never had to eat that bullet. But girl, that was dumb. And that wasn't nobody but the grace of God getting you out of there.
Yeah, girl.
That's crazy.
Look at God. Look at God. Because ain't no way. That's crazy.
I don't feel as bad now. I thought that it was bad that I flew this man out. And he told his baby mama that it was a work trip. Like that, baby, that hurt my heart. But moving that man up in there is diabolical.
And that's only half of it. I wouldn't dare tell y'all nothing else.
Don't tell me nothing else.
I wouldn't dare part my lips to tell you another thing.
Just tell me nothing else.
I wouldn't dare.
Because if you tell me that man wasn't bathing, I'm gonna.
But when I tell you that built the woman you see today, know that situation built exactly who you see today. You can't even slide nothing past me now. Okay?
Not that was your villain origin story.
Girl, it was. It really was. Girl, I'm telling you, it changed me forever. It changed everything about me. Forever.
Well, I'm glad though.
I mean?
So obviously you learned a lesson. It grew you into who you are today. That's a beautiful story. I hate that we as women, we go through stuff like that because, girl, we be wanting to keep a man so bad. And I understand. But, girl, these you don't need to keep all of them now.
No.
Throw some on back. We can catch and release.
Potential. Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We can
you can catch and release.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because that potential going to tear you up every time, friend. I'm going to tell y'all now, that potential is going to tear you up every time. Keep wishing and hoping and praying that he is going to get better or he going to be who you saw in the beginning.
And he never do.
Girl, never.
He never do.
Never.
That's my new rule. That's my new dating rule. If I don't see a forever with you, how you are right now, we're not dating. Because I don't want to spend the next 10, 15 years wondering, well, is he gonna start being nice to me, or am I ever gonna get a date? You know, is he gonna be sweet
sex again, girl? Please.
Oh, I wish I would.
Spare me the details.
I wish I would. Are we gonna have sex again, baby? You can get out. You can get out. We're not asking that question.
You can leave.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys know, we have a segment called Sista To Sista where you guys can chime in. You can ask us for advice. We are licensed professionals. Full disclaimer, that's a lie. Speakpipe.com/she said it first. We got somebody on the line this week. I'm nervous because
I'm terrified.
We're not even getting heads up.
I think I'm going to take my headphones out and let you tell me what it was said.
I'm scared, friend. I'm scared. I'm scared. But we got somebody on the line for Sista To Sista this week. And so typically what we do is we hear your concerns. We give you guys advice and tell you what we would do in the situation. So I was concerned because last week we had like a little issue.
Girl, please don't bring up the past, Jesus.
So I'm sorry.
Y'all need to tune in.
Yeah, make sure you go back
to
and listen to the episode. That was crazy. But okay, so who we got on the line this week, Jahi?
So I recently started dating a guy. It was great, but we realized that we're in different states. So it's a distant relationship now. It didn't start off that way. And I actually want to know, like, how should I go about telling him that I think he's the one and that I would be willing to move to him, like do life with him. But the catch is that we're both single parents and we both deal with, we both co-parent with the other parent. But yeah, I really want to be with him. So I just want to know how to go about that and to bring it up.
Jerrilyn, why? I'm such a hopeless romantic. I'm concerned about you. I was like, this is so sweet.
No, ma'am.
This is so sweet.
No, ma'am.
This is so sweet.
No, starting the conversation, we realized we was in different states. Girl, what?
No, she said that's not what happened. They started off together, but obviously somebody got an opportunity or had to go. So now it didn't start off as a long distance relationship, but now it is. They were already together.
The love of my life is not long distance. I can tell you that.
Jerrilyn, you don't miss out on your husband.
I'll miss him.
He in Atlanta.
I'll miss him.
All right.
No, I can promise you that.
He in Atlanta.
We know, but you know what it is? Booty and watermelon mint hookah. So, no, ma'am. Absolutely not.
You're going to have to travel. You're going to have to do long distance. If they're not in Atlanta, where do you think they are? They're not going to fall in your living room.
Look at my face. Look at my face. If he don't break in this apartment, I won't meet him. Ain't no way. No.
So sweet.
No. I think it's cute for her wanting to try, but girl, y'all in separate states, y'all both co-parenting, and it sounds like she said that we both have to co-parent with the other partner. So it sounds like it might be a little bit of drama right there. This man, whoever the baby daddy is, he's not letting you take this kid. Okay?
How do you know what that man going to do?
Girl, what man says, yes, you can take my child 20 states away. I never said that.
Listen to what I have to say. This is what I feel.
I'm mad. Go ahead. I'm mad. I'm pissed.
This is what I have to say. Okay. I feel as though everybody needs to have a conversation. If there's no ties with that person as far as the parent and Jerrilyn, I'm looking at myself because Jerrilyn's over there stewing. But if there is no ties as far as, you dealing with the baby father or him dealing with the baby mother, then everybody should be able to be civilized and have a conversation about what's about to happen next. I dated someone who had a child and their child lived in another state. And that person, the baby would have to travel back and forth on the plane. That's just what it was. That's how it was. He wasn't moving in. She wasn't coming here. They co-parented that way. It worked out perfectly for that relationship. If you have mature adults who can understand that people going to go in different directions, I don't think that she should miss out on the person that might be her forever husband because she, got this Baby father on the side. Now I got to stay attached to him. Why I got to stay attached to him?
Well, that's kind of
or
like
he
having
can
a
take
child
the
with
child
somebody
full
big.
time. He can have a child full time. I wonder if she.
But that's what that means. When you have a child with somebody, you are attached to them for the rest of your life. That's why
they
we
can
don't have
still
any kids.
do it. They can still do it. Look, Jerrilyn.
I'm finna bite this microphone. Lynee, I am mad. I'm seeing.
I don't care. I'm telling you, it can work. I've seen it work. I've dated somebody where it worked. I'm not foreign to this situation, so maybe I just have a different perspective. But
okay, that's fair. I can respect that. We feel totally differently about this.
Yeah.
So homegirl on the line, we're gonna suggest that you move with caution because I just feel like dating somebody out of state is risky. Men cheat up the street. Okay. So I'm not about to give you a whole lot of too much leeway. I mean, I just need, I don't know, I need to be in your skin sometime.
But she's willing to move, Jerrilyn. She said, I'm willing to
This
move
woman
and
being
be
willing
with
to
my
uproot her
person.
child. She said, I'm willing to uproot my child for the potential, okay, of a long-lasting relationship.
Because they was already together. They was already together before this person moved. They already was together in a whole relationship. And
you
now
think I'm
she
finna?
can't be with
You
him.
think I'm finna take Toto to California because his daddy might be out there?
First of all, you take Toto to fucking California. Yes, I do think you should take Toto to California.
No, because I don't like how you act with my son. He is just as real as anybody else. But don't you laughing too hard. Come here, baby.
Got no daddy.
Don't do my baby like that. Come here, Toto. Come here. What do you have in your mouth?
Look, you ain't even paying attention.
Don't do my baby. Come here, Toto.
Let me see.
Mama love you.
Toto, you don't got
You
no
think I'm
father.
finna move clear across the country for some do all that? You think we finna move across the country for some strange man? Mama not gonna do you like
yes. Get you a daddy, because you need one.
Girl, he can get a daddy at PetSmart.
Girl, all right, he gonna have a daddy in Atlanta. I mean, Jerrilyn, it's okay. If your soulmate is in Atlanta, that's fine. Like, just say that, friend. You want to cuss me out? Y'all want to get
But Nate, at this point, I'm flying to DC and we gotta fight. We have to fist fight tonight.
Yeah, listen, you know what? I think this is great for the audience.
Y'all need to see. Okay, so for anybody who thought that me and Lynee was always on the same page, we just shattered that notion.
Right, we sure did. We definitely did. We want to hear from y'all. What do y'all have to say?
Yeah, what y'all think? Because we over here giving our opinions.
Right.
Apparently,
we're crazy.
Lynee thinks that she should uproot her child's whole life.
What somebody she
clear across country for a dude that may or may not work out.
Enjoy her life because this could be her husband. Yes, this could be her man. Everything is not destined to fail.
But I don't think it's destined to fail. But I do think that she should be very, very careful with that because
they already
when you're a parent, but listen to what you're saying.
In a relationship.
Listen to what you're saying.
Okay.
I would move my daughter for the potential of being with somebody that could be my forever because I want to be happy, right? Mm-hmm. When you are a parent, this is why I don't take motherhood lightly. When you are a parent, your job is no longer about I want to be happy. You got to do what's best for your kid.
So having a conversation with everybody, all four parties at the table is not an option. To see
no, I didn't say it wasn't an option. I'm just saying it's when you have all those opinions. Listen, it's 4 people plus the kids. That's 6 minimum.
See what they gotta say though.
They got to come to the table and agree on this.
They do. They do.
The way I would.
And if they don't, then you can't go. If they don't agree, then you can't go. But then, okay, then you can't do a lot of stuff.
I would literally bite a nigga who asked me, could he take our child
across
the country to live with some other girl?
You're a mom, right? You are a mom.
How can I? I'm finna end it right now.
I don't know. I want to see what they got said. Because I'm like,
you want to see, this is funny. I can't wait to see how they chop this up because I need to know what the people in the comments say. And I'm gonna ask on threads and see what happened because I need to know. I already asked what's the dumbest thing
and
don't
sway into your because I don't want you to write it because I don't need you swaying nothing in your direction. I want you to hit all my bullet points and say everything I said too.
Well, you submit a proposal and I'll see what I think about it.
Whatever. That's fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. You see how much fun we have doing this show.
Yes, love it.
Unfortunately, it has come to an end. Make sure you guys, check out speakpipe.com/ She Said It First if you want us to respond to your inquiries, or if you got some advice you're trying to get, let us know. And
sure
what else they need to do, Lynee?
Well, make sure you tune in every Thursday. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you will know every single time we upload. So you can tune in to She Said It First. Because who said it first?
She said it first.
Okay. Here.
We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week.